Door's locked tight. Ah, this is the same. Why? It's acting like there's something new. Oh. No, this is the same. What's different here? Oh, wait. What's to deuce? Oh, that's not. No, not that. But what does this say? Yeah, we need to check the keyhole.
Check the lock. Yeah, see if it's still locked. Because if we try to open it and it's still locked, then we know that it's not the right door. Eureka!
There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Huh? You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door?
I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portman noticed himself that I had it. Wow. Which means, what, sir?
It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one.
It's like my fantastic Shrek. Remember? I'm really good at Shrek impressions.
Sure.
It's my favorite one to do. Like I'll get to my own horror and say that I'm a good voice actor, but like for all the voices that I do, my Shrek one is the funniest to me. It's so good. She opened a different door, but how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is we need to examine these.
Oh wait, yeah. Let me do my one for the stream. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Shady. That terrible Scottish accents are always fun. But everybody else, what is a terrible accent you like to do? Comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos that are coming up. I mean, this video is probably going to come up around like Thanksgiving or Christmas this year. So, you know, hi from the past. I hope you had a good summer, you know, fall. What's up with that, you know? We need to examine the print on the number plate.
On the number plate?
I don't know. I mean, I already think that they switched it.
The prints on the number plate, they will tell us all we need to know.
Everything? Really? Like what, sir?
Like, well, for example, and such as... We know for sure that Detective Gumshoe's dinner will only consist of instant noodles.
Wow! Wow! That's amazing, sir! How'd you know?
Wow.
Wow! Wow, that's amazing, sir! How'd you know? That's great. This is badass.
I hope we can finish this case tonight, but I don't know who will.
What? Was that supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, that's it. Now then, we should get back to doing what we need to do, and that is, we need to examine these.
Bring it down the doorknob.
The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey, you! Yeah, you, pal! Do us a favor and see what you can lift from, okay? So, what'd you find out?
There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, Detective.
Belligerent nostril flaring is one of my greatest skill
Sir.
sets I put on my resume.
Sir, I found only Mr. Portman and Mr. Faith's prints on this doorknob. So, only 2 people's prints were found in this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
Huh? I'm lost, sir.
Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should also be on this doorknob?
Any of them, because they've all opened the door, but it's funny.
Gumshoes open the door?
Oh no, you're right. Gumshoes open our door. I chime in. Haven't you people ever heard?
Did you say
of
Buddy?
Buddy Faith? Yeah.
They said that they found
The only
Porchman
twins are
and Faith.
Jackson and the ladies, right? Or did they say Buddy?
No, they said Faith. Porchman and Faith.
Oh, so it should be hers as well. It should be Maggie hers.
Can you find the principal person who unlocked this door absent?
You mean?
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one.
You know, the issue is that I see Portsman, and I think Natalie Portman, which makes me think of a female-identified person. So that's why when I hear Portsman, I'm like, oh, it's Maggie. Maggie Portsman.
You know that there are people in her family that are male.
Absolutely not. It's like those lizards that are all female. They reproduce asexually.
What have we here? Won't rest till the spectators are just looking at Granny.
There's a little piece of paper sticking out.
What is this?
Sir, scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir.
The technical term for a small scrap of paper is a pepino.
A pepino. Pepino bailarín. Pepino bailarín. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of VeggieTales. Don't ask. Don't dox me.
Okay.
I live in a reality where VeggieTales look at this. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
It looks like a note from the victim.
Yeah, it's from Mr. Portsman. Wait, what did the note say, sir? I didn't have a chance.
Oop. No.
I have a 4th grade reading level. It takes me.
I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone.
Whoa.
Looks like you're out, because I'll catch up to you later. Got it?
How do you read so fast, sir?
Okay, is that it?
Well, I got more jokes. Don't be rude. Try my best.
Is this basketball property of Mr. Porchman?
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match.
Wow. Bird, your voice.
Yes, sir. He's always ready for a match. Basketball, soccer, dodgeball, tennis. It doesn't matter. What sport it is, he's game. Although, be a little hard for tennis with this ball.
I could. That isn't the point you should be focusing on, Detective.
You're right, sir. Now I know what I should be focusing on. That, Mr. Portman. Somebody should be teaching him to clean up his toys after he's done playing.
I think we've reached the end of this conversation.
Good job. Good job.
What's this?
Hey, what are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey. Got a game?
It's okay, Detective. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir.
I guess it shifted when someone made a serious... Oh.
I would love for Edward to say somebody made a seriously sweet slam dunk. I think a wormhole will happen and consume all.
I mean, that's why I realized there's something wrong. I wasn't reading the right line.
There's no way Edward would ever utter those words. Like, even at gunpoint, he's like.
It just as I started to go into that phrase, suddenly the words felt like ash in my mouth. Trying to do the voice, I was like, "This is
literally." It's just like all your senses are suddenly revolting at the idea. I guess it shifted when somebody made a seriously sweet slam dunk.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. Better take note of this.
Investigation complete.
Looking around this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case.
You know the killers? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth.
I mean, there's only 4 people in our organizer, and 3 of them are standing right here, so...
It definitely wasn't me!
As long as the logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman.
Winston's face is like rubbing his fingers menacingly in the background.
You'll never know. What? Mr. Portsman?
By the way, for a second I thought that her sprite had like a frying pan in the hand.
It does look like
And I was like, oh wait,
hat.
that's her hat. She just took it off.
Very comedically, she's Amy Rosing it right now.
Did you say Amy Rose?
Yeah, like with her hammer, right? Does she have a hammer that comes?
Oh, I thought because of
Yeah,
frying
the
pan.
that comes out of frying pan's face.
Oh, I mean, frying pan. I figured the reference would be Rapunzel, but
Was Rapunzel even out when this game came out? Like-
Rapunzel
like
was
the
written in
Hans
like
Christian Andersen?
it was written like hundreds of years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the original, like, the original, what is it? Scottish? I don't even know what Rapunzel is from.
German, I believe. I'm pretty sure Rapunzel's a German name. Gumshoe? Or did you read that? I don't think you did. Gumshoe? Oh, we can't hear you if you're talking. Nope, nothing. Oh, we can hear. Hello? Never mind. Nope.
I knew it. That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me, too.
God.
I suspected
Please
it was
stop.
him from the instant he
Please
accused
stop.
Maggie of being the...
It is making me uncomfortable.
If you want to watch an entire stream in ASMR, it's gotta use enough channel points, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Nobody has enough channel points for that.
I suspected it was him from the instant he accused Mag of being the killer, sir.
No, Shady. It would be at least 5 million channel points.
Okay, yeah, so Rapunzel's German, and it's
I told
a
you.
girl's name meaning Rampion, which is lamb letters.
I told you. Listen, I know my fairy tales.
Shady! See, I respect you. I respect you for me making you moist.
That is
That
anything
is
but
not
logical. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door.
I really want to do some
Did-
ASMR time.
Did Edgeworth just call himself Truth?
Yeah.
Are you calling me a liar?
I am calling you a truther.
Mr. Portsman, finish processing the bloody letters, sir.
I ain't calling you a truther.
Right, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here.
Let me take a goose.
Don't throw case files!
And then
Okay.
slam dunks it onto the basket with trash.
Okay, looking
Oh,
good.
no, they
You there.
literally-
Take good care of this. Wah!
Oh, he caught it anyways. That's pretty good.
Well, if it ain't Detective Gumshoe.
It's impressive. And a line for you, Portman. We got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. I guess you could stay, if Browse stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job. If I can see right through the unsightly, paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who'd ever thought it'd come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? Legendary prosecutor never lost a single case for 40 long years. There was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence for that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know? You're done trying to play mind games with me because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours now is explaining yourself.
Yeah, he calls his mind his organizer, so you gotta play organizer games with him.
Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That calling the organizer game is gonna dig your hole deeper. So you probably shouldn't do that either, man.
We full of ourselves, even though you haven't yet to prove anything.
Yeah, you've definitely you've dug a very deep hole for yourself when you gave me the opportunity to play the comic relief character.
Well, I'm just trying to get through this case tonight because we're so close to the end. It'd be a shame to wait 2 weeks to finish.
I know. I can't control myself. Like whenever I can do a goof, it's like impulsive. I need to be better.
I got no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we are not finished yet. Well, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusation on something. I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on. With evidence.
Evidence? I think that's what he calls his dudes. It's the one... Oh, I was gonna say I already know.
Oh, I thought you wanted us to press everything.
No, we'll do it. Press everything.
My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it? You tell me. I'd say it is, after all. I mean, at least the pressing everything doesn't take as long as Great Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Pressing something in Great Ace Attorney is like watching a cut in Metal Gear Solid game.
Oh, what, pray tell, kind of evidence are we talking about here? Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him. And that's it? It's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain. But it's more than enough, wouldn't you agree? I recommend that you review what the word evidence means. Does it change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer?
Check it out, check it out.
I suppose I unlocked the door and got in here. Fortunately, I believe I've already shown how earlier. Speculation mean nothing, as I still insist I could not gain access to your room. What should I do now? Should I raise an objection?
Yeah!
You claim to have had no way to open my door, however, is that really the honest truth? Alright, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot. Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door.
Master key!
Take that!
Eureka! Oh no, sorry.
I believe you're able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
That sounds like Phoenix's rights objection.
Wait, hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know. Precisely, you're able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right, you used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Was it me? I think it was me. No, I said it was me!
You asked Mr. Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, no? The room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it?
What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain it was Mr. Portsmouth's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha, how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right, they do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. What was it that Mr. Portsmouth used to make Miss Bird think it was his room?
The basketball hoop.
Basketball hoopa.
Basketball hoop is my favorite Pokemon swim variant.
It's a fighting type hoopa.
Dunk!
It uses the ring that it usually has.
Yeah, to dunk Pokemon into it.
Listen,
Yeah.
I wish that Game Freak
want
can't
it
come up
now.
with anything this good.
I want it now. Yes, that'd be so good. What the basketball hoop, sir?
It's like that's what we need when they like do a Pokemon region based on like Chicago.
A region based off sports, just sports.
It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. Whoa!
Whoa.
That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there.
This is hilarious that Bird keeps popping up on both sides, next to Jacques and next to Miles. Like, she's just like running back and forth.
I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman.
There are signs the hoop has been moved. Sit in front of my office to be sure. I see, so that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. Miss Bird is dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty. I'll have you know I just washed it yesterday.
Back over to the side of the room.
Yeah.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly
I
covered
don't
in
know.
slime here.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but Maggie Bird's current design looks like it's straight out of one. And I'm not afraid to say that truth.
Okay. We don't need to press everything right now. We want to get to the end. Right?
To the juice. Yeah, last one.
Is this? Yeah, this one?
Yeah, I think so, right? You don't have a single reason to suspect me. You gotta find a reason to suspect me. The letter?
This?
Is it? I don't know. I forgot what the letter said already. I was too busy trying to. No, that's not it. Is it? Is it the case? No, yeah, stolen oath folder?
Do you think it's
know.
that?
I don't think so.
What are the other?
It was in my room the entire time. Oh, maybe I was room the entire time with the note on the door. Like if he was in his room,
Or-
why would he have
I had the girl open my office door. We could show the
note saying that it was stuck in there?
her prints weren't on the doorknob.
Oh, yeah. Eureka!
I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for?
Prince!
Come on, I bet you didn't even find anything. You sure are good at
I thought
wasting
you said
time.
Prince.
He said, "You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints." The prints? What do they have to do with anything? This guy's a moron. Let's put it this way. If she really was one who opened your door, then her print should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ugh! Further, all the prints on my office door's knob has been whipped clean off. I want to say, I both feel like his spine should, like, not exist, but also he has great balance.
I mean, you have to.
The way he gets knocked back like that and doesn't fall.
Let's see how far back I can go without falling.
Yeah, but you can't do it slowly. You have to do it fast like him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, too far.
I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints are on it.
No, too far. You're right. That is hard. Yeah, no, it's really hard when you throw yourself back to like pick yourself back up.
Well, yeah, you have some backwards momentum. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
his,
as far as I can go.
it's
Throw
like
myself
his
back.
lower, is like core muscles and downward are like just cement.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the fact that it was in my room the entire time. Is that really a fact or is it fiction?
Yeah, that's as far as I can go.
Hey, would I lie to you? I have here proof that you were not in your room the entire time as you claim. Okay, now I think you're right.
Okay, do it.
The note. This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door. I did not notice. Right here it says, but you're out. You're not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then where were you and what were you doing? Ah! Do you think it's time for you to give up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me. And Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun to my back, no one gets away with committing murder in my office.
Just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of the officer's finest prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What?
Mr. Edward just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already.
As I said earlier, it's also circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I'd wiped that knob down well.
Huh?
I'm a little obsessive-compulsive, you see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could have after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
You made that up just now, didn't you?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. You're saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway. Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse.
Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
But you can't prove that, did you? Can you?
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir.
Porchman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it.
And then the officer from outside comes in. It's like, guys, I got the security camera footage you requested.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only realized I had one just now as we were talking. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I told you sooner. God. Yeah, this gotta be the last one. Memory serves, you came back to the office around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. By exactly that time, I was down criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's a perfect alibi. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsmouth said. Guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m.
You see? All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. There must be a contradictory point to his alibi somewhere.
But
Back to the officer around 2 a.m. Then you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. At that time, I was down criminal affairs. That's good. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. Perfect alibi. Do we need to press something, or... What was this say again? Should we press something?
I would assume so.
What do you want to press?
Reach back to the officer on 2 a.m. I want to guess how does it.
You're correct, it was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. If I remember checking my watch, then make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh, give me testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office at 2. Did as you say, however. Yes, however, you are the only one who claimed to have bumped into the culprit. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see. Oh, come now, I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you? I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. On criminal affairs. So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit? Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Well, we did go and ask around to confirm her testimony. It was just as I said, right?
Yes, sir. And the detective said we saw you at around that time.
See, the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve. Ugh. Possible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why is sudden look on your face?
Did you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yeah, I think we've reached the end of the line. It's time to get off this crazy train. You there. Sir, please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle.
Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
Miles Edgeworth! Oh.
Donkey!
Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn the situation around. If only I had a
Roll
clue.
credit.
Did I miss something that could help me cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. I mean, there's 3 possibilities.
The intruder I met could not have been Portsmouth. Other than, who could it have been? Culprit arranged.
Files in disarray, another handgun. There's somebody else there. They were disarrayed twice. I think it was a different person.
Yeah.
I think we have to do these 2 together.
Okay.
To prove it's a different... There's another person there. No, I'm wrong. Can't see a clear connection between these 2 pieces of information. Okay, fine. You take you take a shot.
It's Mr. Portsmouth's alibi and another handgun. 'Cause 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 'cause
There were 2 bullets left to the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows signs of being fired once. I mean, it was almost as bad.
Than the other.
Meaning that it's
My
entirely
jacket.
possible the second gun was used in my office tonight. Seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Now we can combine the last 2.
There you go.
Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who stole the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by our second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that pointed at my back, Mr. Porchman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding this case. Great, so you finally come to your senses.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir, what are you saying?
This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief.
A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts?
Not at all. It simply means the killer was someone else. It means that in actuality 2 culprits stole into my office tonight.
What do you mean, 2?
Explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office. No, you're just leading the argument. Still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along with my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Now that returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This is the first time.
So then, this would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right?
Correct. And then, just as I was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith?
But why did Mr. Faith come into your room, sir?
He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess.
Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And must have thought it was odd, so he came into this office to check it out.
Correct, and as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there, menacingly. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Faith probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance, stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then read in the kisser. He killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing.
Why did they kiss her?
This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he also left a fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that?
But if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there's yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. There was another...
Visitor, sir?
Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through my shelves. There was a second time they were disturbed, and it seemed the thief found their prize.
The stolen 0 file, right, sir?
Correct, only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So the shell's getting mixed up twice and the 2 bullets. It was only because 2 different people opened those things at 2 times.
Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Porchman? The person I met was just a thief and was not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran to the other person is now relevant, because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. Ha 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 ha.
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. All right, boys. Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Are you okay? It sounded like you short-circuited.
Oh, no, that was a pants scraping on a table.
Oh, okay.
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all.
But, you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which I withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument, for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor.
Mr. Edgeworth, can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point.
Don't say that, sir.
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must.
You know something, I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. The person you met really was just a plain old thief. Why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. God! Slime.
The game that matter. And
That thief you had to should be a real suspect, wouldn't you say? You should be out there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. Hate to repeat myself, but I've already said I was in the training room, in my room. When Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs, so you can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course, now is the time to waste on dead-end discussions. I don't think it's all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. Just have to find a way to prove it. Okay, let's see. Thief ran to be a real suspect. Got there looking for that thief right now. They might still be nearby. It says training in my room. Jim came to deliver evidence isn't down Criminal Affairs. Can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So is any of that?
I know, I wish I did.
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they were really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything. After all... Ah, crap. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Why not? It's elementary. It's a dying message, of course. Mr. Fate's killer very clearly left those letters in the spines of his files. It was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them.
You mean the 0 files, right?
And that's how we also know the letters themselves are set up and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was a killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either. Yeah, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. According to Mr. Faith's note. Hold on, I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? We have proof that he left it at different times, say just before he was murdered. I don't have any, no. You see, it's not just a gift that was left in my office the entire... It was in my office the entire time. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Faith? That's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know, those sofas in the hallway, he likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. What is the evidence he brought? There were things related to yesterday's case, just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. Brought me 2 items, a gun and a pendant that are related to yesterday's case.
Present the card, the letter, just a 3. Let's see.
Only 2 pieces. I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Porchman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me.
You had a slip of the tongue, therefore you are the killer.
What are you talking about? I haven't hid anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read carefully.
Ah, it says Mr. Faith was bringing 3 pieces.
Yes, and this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Porchman. I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? It's... You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe.
I have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe. Especially the toes.
Well, don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
This is all part of the investigation. So don't even think about stopping me. Now take your shoes off. Hey, what's this? He had this on him, sir, between his toes.
Are you really? Are you sure about that? I thought I saw you doing a cavity search.
Oh, yeah. Well, isn't that where your toes are, sir?
Despite what you said, it would appear you do have something to hide.
Why would he hide something like that?
There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail, for the section of the tape that will drive the last nail to his coffin.
Just the blue badger thing opened up.
Oh, it's blood. Ah, that's a blood, isn't it?
Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor is trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh.
You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood?
No, you got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you. We have yet to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you'll tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video.
Yeah, it's totally suspicious.
Well, we kind of established earlier that it was his time of the month.
Was it at that moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have this videotape on his personage when he killed him? You know, there's very well no way to prove that. Not even if we were to examine this tape for fingerprints? If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
Boy,
No, impossible. I hope that was chocolate. Yeah, Shady ate it.
This reports man has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Bud, sir.
I will say, if he just said that you brought in 3 pieces of evidence, we wouldn't have searched him for that 3rd piece of evidence. And, like, you should have just said there was 3 pieces of evidence.
Yeah,
Very
no,
good.
dumb goof.
And the results we got back from the lab techs on the tape turned out really solid, sir. The blood work came
Thank you
back.
for calling me sir.
Oh, sorry, was that Gumshoe? Oops, sorry.
The blood. I mean, I really appreciate you calling. The blood work came back, and it was definitely Mr. Fake's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were also able to lift a few of Mr. Fake's fingerprints. Oh.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe this. I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
Oh, it was nothing really compared to what I've been through. I mean, I consider myself lucky that I was only just burglary and a murder this time, sir. If I'd been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd throw my hands up in the air, waved them like I just didn't care. I'm thinking I'm finally rising from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person.
Hey there, Dragon. You made it just at the end. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portman really was one corrupt prosecutor.
Why would you say he was corrupt?
Well, I heard there was a number of suspicious things related to his court case. And even rumors about how some of his evidence he forged.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute for some really vague reasons.
Oh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office.
Yeah, whatever we got to the topic, he climbed up.
Although we can be pretty certain that was to steal something.
It's just between you and me, sir, but there's a rumor that some sort of huge organization is involved behind this.
Now, Dragon, you liked this first case, and you forgot Bird was in it? Oh, well, well. Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, and certainly lends credence to that rumor. It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this.
The Mr. Portman isn't the bad guy?
I didn't say that, but rather there are still many more mysteries for us to solve. For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to this piece of evidence.
Case folder?
What?
Folder?
Folder?
The safe,
Oh, this is the file?
It's a safe. It's a safe.
Is it?
I think so. We never talked about why that's right.
I guess. Sure it's not the badge?
It might be the badge.
Sir, I don't think there's any mystery left to that.
I think it was the file. You might be right there.
I think you solved the case already, Mr. The only thing left that we still don't know about is maybe this?
Yes, the O series file. The significance of which we have yet to fully comprehend.
I got one right!
The person who stole...
was your stupidity, sir.
The only person who stole this file, the other villain of the night.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
Is that you or me?
And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in the world was it that held me up at gunpoint? Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Yes? Came across this while I was passing your office earlier, sir. This card.
What is it? Is that a bird or something on there?
It's not just any bird. It is the mark of the raven, a three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. Wait, isn't that Japanese Yamaterasu?
Yatarasu.
Yeah.
Yatarasu. Yeah.
Yamaterasu.
No, not Yamaterasu. God of yams.
Goddess of hams.
The goddess of yams.
Oh, is that thing, isn't it? That thief everyone's talking about?
Yes, it's the mark of the great thief, Yatagarasu. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. I will say, when I first played this game, I did not know who Yatagarasu was. So
So
it's just weird going back and being like, oh wait, there was a reference to the three-legged crow. Like that was a thing, not just something they made up for the game.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's crazy, like having more knowledge when you go back to things. That's happened to me a couple times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I understood that reference.
Yeah, but like, it's not like when I later learned who Yatagarasu is, I was like, oh, that's a thing that I heard in Age Turning Investigation. I just didn't remember that was in here. And now going back, I'm like, wait, yeah, this was in here, and I guess I didn't know the reference. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. Though we don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu likes to find and make public evidence of corporate dealings of all sorts. The thief is always performed in silence. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once the target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. Though it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last appearance.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, something written on the back.
What? Let me see.
It's the location of where the thief stolen file.
So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu. Organization. Quite a few keywords are popping up in this mystery. File. The murder in my office. The return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming, for they were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago. And we will get to the incidents of 2 days ago in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Turnabout Airlines.